Hi folks, I'm Sarah Parady. I'm an at-large city council candidate, and I apologize for coming in late. I had a conflicting meeting. So all I want you to know about me, I'm a workers and civil rights attorney. I've done that for my entire career here in Denver, other than at the very beginning when I was a foreclosure prevention specialist at Legal Aid during the foreclosure crisis. Something that I think of constantly when I think about housing in Denver is that I had clients back then, or actually people that I wasn't able to represent, that I turned away, young families, elders, people that were first-time homeowners who lost their homes in the foreclosure crisis for want of 2 or 3 months of mortgage assistance, often because of job loss or becoming sick, which are two things that can very quickly upend your entire life in America and in Denver. And if they had had just that few months of mortgage assistance, they would be sitting on a gold mine of generational wealth today. So that to me speaks of how we have stopped investing in each other. We have allowed a lot of our governing institutions to wither on the vine, and I would love to see us in Denver sort of take a turn and think about being the kind of city where we invest in each other, where we adopt housing first models because we know that that's the solution to homelessness. If we don't want people living on our streets, the solution is housing first. You can't detox in a tent, and you can't fix your mental health in a tent either. Those things are not possible. I would love to see us be a city where we invest in decarbonizing technologies equitably, so they are not luxury goods, so we're not governing through tax incentives on electric vehicles and solar panels, but instead anyone in Denver who would like cleaner air and safer space in their home and around them can have a gas stove or solar panels on the roof. There are financial models that make that possible. And when it comes to housing, which I think is, as we all agree, probably the biggest challenge our city is facing, the thing I want you to know about that is I have a thought-through model for how we can pay for a large amount of publicly owned mixed-income social housing throughout our city. It would involve real estate transfer taxes, ARPA funds, Initiative 123 funds, and doing a citywide inventory of land and buildings that we already own, and deciding, like Salt Lake City did, what of that land we can sell, what of that land we should use for housing because it's transit proximate, what of that land we should put in the city's master leasing program. When Salt Lake did that, they unleashed more than their annual city budget of funding. So there are ways for us to fund housing. I believe in public ownership of mixed income housing. You can then take the rents from that housing, use it over the years for maintenance, and run a bond measure for a permanent self-sustaining housing fund. So there are very concrete things we can do. I also agree with upzoning the city, but I think that's a much slower track towards affordable housing than we need to be on. I'm again sorry for being late. Sarah Parady, Parady.